In today's world, we're told that happiness is just one purchase away. A bigger house, a new car, the latest tech gadget. But the Stoics taught us a powerful truth that's more relevant now than ever before. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from needing less. Welcome to How to Be Happy with Less, the Stoic Guide to Minimalism. In this video, we'll explore how the ancient wisdom of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus can transform your life by teaching you to embrace simplicity and find contentment with less. I only beg you for 3 favors. Like this video, click the subscribe button and seat tight in the journey of minimalism. Why less is more? Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." How often do we chase after things, hoping they'll bring us joy? Maybe it's that new phone we think will make us more productive, or that luxury item we've been eyeing online. But the more we accumulate, the less satisfied we seem to become. Marcus Aurelius understood this more than 2,000 years ago. Minimalism isn't just about having fewer things. It's about realizing that the constant chase for more keeps us from finding happiness. When we focus on what truly matters, our thoughts, our purpose, our relationships, we realize that very little is actually needed to be happy. Think about the last time you felt truly content. Was it because of an item you owned? Or was it a quiet moment, an experience, or a feeling of connection? In the end, it's not the things that make us happy. It's our perspective. Letting go of excess. Seneca said, "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." We live in a world that constantly tells us to want more. More money, more possessions, and more status. But the more we chase, the more we find ourselves trapped in a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. Seneca's words remind us that true poverty doesn't come from having little. It comes from always wanting more. Imagine walking into your home. Look around. How many things in your life bring you true joy or add real value? And how many things are just there, collected but unused, contributing to the mental and physical clutter around you? Minimalism invites us to ask these questions, to let go of the excess, and to focus on what truly matters. When we stop craving more, we free ourselves from the burden of constantly feeling like we're missing something. Finding value in the intangible. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. One of the greatest lessons the Stoics offer is the importance of time. In our pursuit of more things, more success, more status, we often forget that time is our most valuable resource. How much time have we wasted chasing after material possessions, only to find they bring temporary satisfaction at best? Minimalism invites us to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our personal growth, our mental and physical health. These are the things that bring long-lasting fulfillment, not the endless accumulation of stuff. When we prioritize our time and invest it in things that matter, we find lasting happiness. Happiness comes from within. Just like Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Happiness isn't something we can buy or find in external things. It's something we cultivate from within. The Stoics understood that our minds are the most powerful tool we have in determining our happiness. If we allow ourselves to be controlled by external desires, money, possessions, status, we'll always feel lacking. But when we cultivate a mindset of gratitude, contentment, and simplicity, we find that happiness is already within our grasp. We don't need more to be happy. We need less distraction from the things that matter. Rejecting the superficial. You become what you give your attention to. If you do not choose carefully, you'll end up living a wasted life. Every day, we're given choices. What do we focus on? Where do we spend our time? What do we invest our energy in? The Stoics knew that these choices determine the quality of our lives. If we focus on superficial things like possessions, wealth, and appearances, we risk living a life without depth or meaning. Minimalism is about choosing wisely. It's about rejecting the superficial and embracing what's real: connection, growth, purpose. When we focus on what truly matters, we find fulfillment not in things, but in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Practicing gratitude. He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt. Gratitude is at the core of Stoic philosophy and minimalism. When we live with less, we become more grateful for what we do have. We stop taking things for granted, and we start seeing the beauty and the simplicity around us. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what's already here. Instead of constantly striving for more, we begin to appreciate the little things, the everyday moments that bring joy and contentment. Contentment over consumption. He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt. Gratitude is at the core of Stoic philosophy and minimalism. When we live with less, we become more grateful for what we do have. We stop taking things for granted, and we start seeing the beauty and the simplicity around us. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what's already here. Instead of constantly striving for more, we begin to appreciate the little things, the everyday moments that bring joy and contentment. Enough is enough. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Every day, we're bombarded with messages telling us what we should want, what we should buy, and what we should strive for. But these are just opinions, cultural perspectives that don't necessarily reflect our truth. Minimalism invites us to question these messages and define what's enough for ourselves. When we stop chasing after someone else's version of happiness, we find that we already have enough to be content. The joy of less. Seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourselves. At its core, minimalism is about turning inward. It's about realizing that happiness doesn't come from things outside of us. It comes from within. The less we depend on external things, the freer we become. And the freer we become, the more we realize that happiness has been within us all along. The Stoics taught us a powerful lesson. Happiness comes not from having more, but from needing less. When we embrace minimalism, we strip away the unnecessary and focus on what truly matters. We find joy in the simple things: our relationships, our purpose, our growth. So, ask yourself, what can you let go of today? What clutter, physical or mental, can you remove from your life to make room for happiness? The journey to contentment starts with realizing that sometimes less really is more. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more Stoic knowledge.